This video is sponsored by Squarespace. Would you consider the Jordan 1 timeless? Like, it's an iconic cultural staple. Very versatile yet visually striking. It's one of the most iconic sneakers of this millennia. And what about skinny jeans, which I know a lot of people have strong opinions about, but slim fit is the best-selling cut for a lot of these big denim brands. And what about vintage band tees? Good art lasts forever. The point I'm making is the term timeless gets thrown around so often when trying to describe anything with significant contemporary impact. Like how all the aforementioned things were considered timeless in 2016. And with reason. I feel like a lot of the talking points that I just stated still hold a lot of weight, but obviously we see things change. And of course you can argue that I'm only grading with trends, but see, that's exactly the problem. I feel like the term timeless is just way too micromanaged. So today I'm going to open up your perspective on a more durable idea of timeless so that you can properly build your wardrobe and taste around things that are actually going to stand the test of time. So obviously we could go on forever if I was going to name every aesthetic specific to its creator's design language. Like, there's an infinite Rolodex of this. Like, I wouldn't argue with you either if you were to tell me that Rick Owens and Yohji are timeless aesthetics. That's valid, but that is very hyper-specific to people that are buying into these worlds. And it's not as useful for regular people that are just trying to look good. An example of something that creeps into a lot of styles and wardrobes is the timeless aesthetic of workwear, which currently gets mistakenly minimized to just this vibe, but it is a lot more than just this. Like, you don't necessarily have to be in a Carhartt chore jacket and carpenter pants to be necessarily influenced by workwear. Hell, if you're even wearing just a pair of denim jeans, you have these guys to thank. So what makes this timeless, just like every other aesthetic that I'm going to mention moving forward, is this mix of ubiquity and diversification. Like how we talked about skinny jeans earlier, which technically of workwear origin, going from a trend to a red flag to now back in the up and up, and kind of like in this middle between love and hate. But the common denominator here is that they are jeans. A good fitting pair of blue jeans will always be an asset to your wardrobe. How the cuts, washes, and details sway is completely up to your taste, and that's where things kind of become contemporary and trendy, but just a solid fundamental pair of blue jeans is about as timeless as it gets, and I feel like people try to skip over trying to figure this part out. Chore jackets as well, just going in and out of favor as the performative male archetype is hitting its swan song. This type of jacket, and I'm going to be very general when describing it, but this type of jacket will always work in a wardrobe just off of its use case alone. It's perfect for in-between seasons, and it works very well layered also, which is really in theme as to why workwear will remain timeless. Objective reason for clothing. Style is subjective, but dialing in on a good fitting pair of repeatable jeans will last forever. The next aesthetic I'm going to reference is the sister to workwear, military surplus. I could go on about the amount of things in fashion invented through the military. Like a t-shirt, for example. If you're in a good fitting t-shirt, no matter what the size, you have our troops to thank. And I will put an emphasis on that whatever size thing, because they also invented standardized sizing, which is so timeless that we still use it. And I think we're f***ing lying because, okay, hear me out. I feel like mediums have gotten bigger. Like, it might just be an illusion, but I swear to God, I don't know, I'm not getting Mandela affected right now. Like, I don't know what kind of inflation rate standardized sizing is riding on, but I know the average medium has gotten a lot bigger. Like, we are being lied to. Because, like, what even is a medium? If it's the middle size, right? So a large is just contextual to the medium, where a large is just bigger than a medium, and an extra large is bigger than the extra large. And a small works the same way, where a small is just the size smaller than a medium. The medium could be anywhere. And I know that anywhere is moving. I can see it moving. And I feel like we just don't discuss this enough. I feel like we're just letting them f*** us over. Like, we're just bending over backwards, and they're like, I'm gonna make the medium bigger. They're not, these f***ing sheep don't even realize that the medium is bigger. And I notice it, and I know there are bigger issues that we have to worry about. But that's literally the whole f***ing point. That's the bigger issue. Why are Anyways, alongside two of these industry game changers, we'll get back to this. I'll fucking make a whole video. All right, it's not that big a deal. Big. Is it a big deal? It is a big deal. They've gotten big. Okay, so the bomber jacket, right? Where you can use context clues as to how that has gotten its name. I think because of its commanding shape and year-round use case and durability, this is truly a jacket that thrives in all wardrobes. And I'm just speaking objectively, like, stylistically, we have really milked the shit out of this jacket. To the point where you can find one in every cut, every color, every size, every material. Like, we've really gotten every inch of this bitch. Even a couple years ago, I made one that turned into a bag that can fit your laptop, and I'm like, I feel like we've exhausted it. But through and through, you know, what once was and what is, the classic bomber jacket remains. And we're gonna keep making them. Like, why is it also, hear me out, when you buy a medium bomber jacket, I know you know where this is going, but when you buy a medium bomber jacket, you're like, it's just a little big, no? Like, you don't even think to get a large bomber jacket, because God forbid, but when you buy a medium bomber jacket, you're like, fuck, man. Like, you know what I mean? And something getting similar treatment to the whole skinny versus baggy war is cargo pants, where 10 years ago, we really liked them slim and skinny, and, ooh, you're so skinny, with a little elastic cuff at the bottom. Like cargo pants experiencing a twink death, because now we just care how big can these pockets get. I want to be stepping on the pant when I'm walking. And again, like through and through, no matter where we're at, a trusted, nice, dead stock pair of cargo pants will always work. And there's a lot of room for you to use your taste to kind of navigate where this goes. And underrated, but I feel like thermals, oh, dude, don't even get me started. I feel like that's some of the most flattering basic pieces of clothing you can get. They have been a part of my rotation for the past 5 years. I'm not wearing I'm wearing a fisherman's sweater, but close enough. But I've been gravitating towards thermals more now, like whether it just be for fits, for even going to the gym, perfect. Think about it. And even lounging around, perfect. You don't even have to think about it. Okay, actually, yeah, you know what? Fuck the bomber jacket, right? Really think about getting a couple thermals, man, especially some of those really old ones that are like really beat up and worn in. And when I tell you this, when you buy a medium thermal from like the 90s, that shit's gonna fit so well, right? It's gonna be like, wow, it like has a nice length. It's like perfectly flattering on my figure. You buy a thermal now from like, I don't even know where, that shit is gonna be big as fuck. And they're both mediums, but are they mediums? Because what even is medium, dude? What even is that? Anyways, thermals, I feel like that's about as timeless as it gets. Combat boots also, you know, it would be foul to not bring up combat boots when I'm talking about military stuff. And even though I'm not the biggest fan of combat boots, I don't think I've ever seen them as dated. Like, for example, Doc Martens. This has sustained the same level of cultural praise forever, no matter what's trending. And there's not a lot of shoes that can hold that prestige this long. Just an all-around workhorse piece. As for all the military stuff, and you'll find yourself keeping them in rotation for a long time, which is truly the definition of something timeless in your wardrobe. Next, we're gonna step into a fan favorite yet very misunderstood aesthetic. Minimalism. It's timeless for its technique, but trendy for its ever-evolving context. And by this I mean, you know, like the discipline of minimalism in fashion, the making the most with less idea, will always be honored if done tastefully. And by this I mean understanding good piece pairing, good composition, having an affinity for quality and craftsmanship, dedicating to the long-term refinement of a focused wardrobe. The practice is timeless, and I think where it gets thrown in as trendy is when there's a specific look or formula that kind of takes the helm for the term in the moment. Like, I feel like I've been really beating a dead horse when it comes to this, but the whole like Jacob Elordi performative male thing going on right now. This take on minimalism, right, still falls in line with a lot of good practices that come with the aesthetic, like understated pieces, you know, an emphasis on quality, an eye for wow, I almost said performative. An eye for proportion and palette. Fuck. But it being tied to this cultural snapshot is what truly gives this specific idea of minimalism an expiration date. But stripping back all the memes and the whole like the new hot guy look, you still will find those timeless elements of minimalism that you can take and deploy for your wardrobe. Like I talked about jeans earlier, the act of finding a really good fitting pair of trousers. That's never gonna go out of style. Just a flattering pair of cotton or wool trousers. That's quintessential for anyone looking to upgrade their wardrobe or mature at some point. That's truly the gateway piece. Curating an instinct for effective piece pairing, I think, is truly what separates people who wear clothes and people who create looks. And you have to walk before you can run. Dealing with minimal pieces and still having the ability to craft a look is a great foundation, and I think, when done right, will be rewarded timelessly. Last but the newest thing on this list, something that has always been a driving influence in fashion, but I can see becoming a perennial aspiration as a reaction to the advancement of technology, activewear, and sportswear. So it's already a big cultural influence, as you can see with sneakers and athleisure and stuff like that. But I think moving forward, it's just going to become a bigger part of life. With the rise of convenience and the decline of novelty, I think returning to the roots of our biological engineering, activity, and physically demanding feats will be some of the biggest things in a ever-shortening list of things that can provide fulfillment. Like, it's always been aspirational to live a healthy and active lifestyle. And moving forward, I feel like it's only going to be more influential in everything we do. You're already seeing it with running absolutely exploding post-2020, with just the raw idea of getting out and doing something difficult for a long time. Like, running at its rawest form, that is what brings the fulfillment. And then, you share it on social media. But like, hey man, how will anyone know that I ran if I didn't post it? Like, touching grass and exploring the world beyond your screen is the new form of escape, which is completely inverted from our idea of escapism from the past 30 years. I'm going to make a horrible example right now, but I have to bring it up. Like, right now, we're in the middle of the first ever mob wars, right? I know this is a joke and like it's a meme, but you gotta really look at what's going on right now. Now, this example's horrible, but like, it's there. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's almost there, but it's just not in the right spirit. But imagine like going resting heart rate for resting heart rate. Like, that would be, mine's like 36. Just saying. Who wants to get heart rate mogged? I know there's people out there with like 28, but like, you're not real, Anyways, clothing-wise, clothing has always been a signal for things that you associate with or aspire to be. And in this case, health is wealth. But not only with just the social signaling, the objective use cases of sportswear and activewear there will always be problems to solve. Outdoor brands like the North Face, Arc'teryx, Patagonia, they've always had their place. But even with aesthetics, like Oakley's design language from the 2000s is like perpetually referenced. There's always something about having good taste in an aspirational lifestyle. There will be times where activewear and sportswear trend as a means of cosplaying the aesthetic, but having a visceral purpose in life and then getting dressed for the part, that's timeless. And aesthetics mean very little when they aren't associated with anything real. It's why I wanted to tie reasons to exist for all the aesthetics. And it's also why I will always hold loyal to the sponsor of today's video, Squarespace, as they've never made it easier to bring life to an aesthetically pleasing website. Squarespace is the best place to make a website for absolutely any reason, anything. They have over hundreds of designer award-winning templates so that no matter what aesthetic you choose to lean on, You have a starting point right there at the palm of your hands. And now it's never been easier to make this thing come to life with their website building system called Fluid Engine. It essentially puts everything into a grid where you can click, drag, and drop technical and graphic assets to your liking, making this starting point fully customizable to any degree you want, and it's never been easier to do so. And as an e-commerce guy myself, I personally thought that building the actual breathing part of the website, the store, would be the hard part, but truly with the amount of integrated e-commerce tools Squarespace has on the builder, no matter what you're using or choose to use, you can easily install it right into the website straight from the builder in just a couple minutes. I know it sounds too good to be true, as is everything in life right now. But sometimes, like this, it's just kind of, it just is that easy. You can try it out for yourself at squarespace.com/frugalaesthetic if you don't trust me, you know, but once you really figure your life out and want to make things public and get a website, you will get 10% off your first order of a website or domain at my link in the description, squarespace.com/frugalaesthetic. As always, thank you Squarespace for sponsoring today's video. And yeah, guys, truly, I think with everything fleeting, it's time to take a step back and kind of look at what really matters to you. What parts of these aesthetics, what parts of fashion, what parts of art, what parts of life do you actually see long-term fulfillment in? Figure it out. Figure it out. Hold it dear to your heart. Refine it. Focus. And then contribute to the world, man. Give something back with your unique perspective. But that only comes with time. And time is of the essence. And if you're not spending your time on something that matters, what are you doing? What the fuck are you doing?